Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our post-match reaction to Liverpool's 3-2 defeat to Manchester City. Unfortunately, the Reds are out of the Carabao Cup. Yes, of course, the trophy that we won last season, and unfortunately, we are out of this season. After, for probably the neutral fans, was very, very good. And a very good, entertaining game for the first, big game back after the World Cup. But I think a lot of Reds will be having a few questions about, what happened in that game, and a few bits and pieces as well. Definitely after that game as well. Anyway, so guys, I want to know all of your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know, your thoughts on the result. Let me know, how you a lot of feeling as well being out of a cup competition again, because I know plenty of people would want to, still be in it and so on, and fight for it until the end, like we mentioned yesterday in the preview show. But again, I think that there will be, massive talking points about this as well. If Darwin Núñez had finished his chances a little bit, then we could be saying Liverpool could have won the game, and so forth. Anyway, but again, guys, let me know how all of you are in the comment section down below as well. If there's any people new as well and watching for the first time, then please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button as well. It's very much appreciated. As always, we're trying to get to 1,000 before the end of the season. And if we can do that, we very much appreciate it as always. Anyway, but let's have a look in the chat then. Brian's in saying hi, Connor, as well. Hello, Brian. Hopefully you're on a fantastic day as well, my friend. I think, again, it's one of these things where a lot of people, and Brian, let me know your thoughts as well. I think many people have different thoughts and different opinions as well. Couldn't watch it, but was following it on Jack's watch along as well. Yeah, it was on. I watched on Sky Sports main event. I think a couple of people were having problems tonight as well, with things as well. But Brian, just let me know your thoughts on Liverpool being out of the. I keep on wanting to say the Carling Cup because obviously nostalgia and so on, but it's the sense of I wanted a little bit of fight. I won't lie. Tonight, I wanted a little bit of just something day. I would say. But again, it was a little bit where Liverpool constantly not surprise me, but a little bit disappoint me. The fact that we go and concede so early. Joe Gomez yet again defensively not awake. And to be fair, it's not just him. It's all of the team. Especially City's third goal as well. That shouldn't be a goal that Liverpool should concede. If I'm being perfectly honest with you. But again, with it being the first game back, I do think that obviously when you look at it, obviously City's main team wasn't there. Of course, they had a few people, obviously Mahrez, Haaland, De Bruyne, Rodri, Ake, and Laporte, for example. But again, you were saying with Liverpool, of course, the back five is probably completely different, apart from probably Andy Robertson. In that regard, the midfield for us was the same as what it probably normally is. And then, of course, obviously the news before the game as well of Bobby Firmino. Looks like he's going to be out for a while as well, a couple of weeks at least, with a calf problem. So again, it's just a little bit of frustration, with certain injuries as well, and of course James Milner as well, also being injured as well. Anyway, and Brian says Milner and Bobby injured now, to kind of happy with with all these piling up as well. Yeah, it's not the best, is it, Brian as well? Obviously, Millie looks like a calf injury. Just reading something now. Actually, it's his hamstring. There we go. I'm just reading. Sorry, chat about what Jurgen Klopp just said in his press conference. He said Millie felt something in his hamstring. I'll probably get that up in a minute as well. Millie felt something in his hamstring. After 30 years in the business, he said he doesn't think it's a lot. Trent is ill, which is brilliant. Trent is ill, so we have to wait. Virgil trained normally today and yesterday. Virgil trained yesterday completely normal, he said, and should be ready for Monday. So there we go. That's a little bit of an update in terms of the players in the team. But look, at the end of the day, going back onto the game, it wasn't the best of performances. I would say personally. Uh, I think we were all, excuse me, I think we were all happy and a little bit content that the break had happened when it did in the World Cup. But I think, look, obviously, with obviously Liverpool coming back and that I was excited tonight. I was very much excited. And look, it isn't the be all and end all. It is the Capital One Cup. It is the Carabao Cup. But again, it would have been nice to beat Man City away from home to make a statement. That was the big thing for me was, make a statement against City. And again, we made a little bit of a statement, in terms of, we can finish chances and create chances, even though we look, pretty poor against City. But again, it is that sense of, the goals that we conceded tonight were pretty poor. I think in two elements. I think City's second goal, which I think was Mahrez's goal, I think was excellent from City. Like I thought that was a very good goal. But their third goal and the first goal, I think it's poor defending from Liverpool. I think just completely switched off, especially on the third goal that we conceded. The first goal, it's a little bit poor defending from the likes of Joe Gomez and Joel Matip. No communication there whatsoever when it comes to where's Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland is the guy you're trying to not score, and again Joe Gomez not doing his job and protecting that anyway. To be fair, but bare bones up front now as well. Yeah, no, that is true. Again, we're looking Darwin, Carvalho, and Salah. We're probably going to be playing the front three. Um, that we played tonight, probably now in most games, which is sad when we think about it as well. But it sounded like they could have been 2 or 3 up after 10 minutes. They could have been. It was pretty frightening, Brian, I would say. And again, that is the sense, though. Like, look, don't get me wrong. I'll quickly bring up both teams right now, anyway, for you guys. And let me quickly, bring it up on the screen. There we go. That is, both Liverpool's and City's teams anyway, in terms of starting the game. Of course, Liverpool, with that midfield three of Harvey Elliott, Besetic, and Thiago Alcantara. Of course, City, more experienced, middle three in comparison. But again, it's that sense of the centre back area again was a massive problem, and the DM position as well was a bit of a problem because again we brought off at half time. Of course, we brought off Carvalho, we brought off Besetic for Fabinho and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I don't know why, to be awfully honest with you. I am double checking to see if there's no injury with Fabio Carvalho. I don't think there was. I think it was just a normal change. But in my opinion, why did we take off Fabio Carvalho? For me, he was without a doubt probably the best player for Liverpool tonight in terms of attack. It's again the sense of when you look at it, who created the most chances? I'd say probably Darwin Núñez in that sense, but especially in that in that second goal. No, second. Yeah, was it the second goal? No, it was the first goal. Sorry, the Carvalho took away. It's the fact that he's perfectly, and it's not the fact that he's luck. By luck he's there. It's measured out. The fact that Joel Matip makes a perfect run, one of his big adventure runs, as we do like to say. Goes through, breaks through that midfield, and then it's a simple pass to Carvalho. Carvalho slots it in, and I think it's 1-1. And that's the thing. Liverpool reacted every single time City scores. Liverpool reacted, and that's what you wanted. But the problem was tonight for Liverpool was the fact when the game then was a little bit back and forth. We didn't have that killer instinct to go at City in that regard. We did it once or twice with Darwin Núñez, and Darwin Núñez had chances to, get Liverpool ahead in the game. But again, it was 3 of the same type of shots, trying to, he was on the wrong side of the goal, trying to bury it in the bottom corner and just dragging it past the post. And that is and it is a little bit of not a concern, but it's a little bit of a worry where Darwin was looking for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, especially for the third chance as well. He was desperately looking for Ox, in terms of oh, can I just like quickly pass it on, and then it's a tap in situation. Just get your head down and blast it. That's the thing. Darwin can have, and this is the weirdest thing ever. Darwin can have 10 chances. 9 of them could be super, super easy. He'll bury the hardest chance he gets. That's Darwin Núñez in a nutshell. And it's frustrating. It is frustrating. But again, I love Darwin Núñez. I think Liverpool signed the right player back in the summer. And again, you can't really judge, I don't think, too much on this. Certain elements and certain things, yes, you can look at it and go, yeah, that is definitely needed. I think once again, I think the number 6 role is massively needed for Liverpool. I think Sofian Amrabat might be getting a call tonight from Jurgen Klopp. Fabinho come on. He made one or two good tackles, but again, he looked very, very leggy tonight, in my opinion. Again, like my opinion means nothing, but it's the sense of he did look out, like he did. Not the fact he didn't look out of position, but it was like the times where normally like we've seen from Fabinho from seasons upon seasons where he'll cut things out and interception and then Liverpool go again. You can see that that's not happening yet. And again, it's the first game back after the World Cup. Of course, they probably only had a couple of training sessions together and so on. But again, it does seem that a little bit worrying where you did see a little bit of repeats before the season break then, I should say anyway. But guys, let me know your thoughts as well in the chat down below as well. Just let me know your thoughts overall on the Liverpool Manchester City game, and of course, let me know just overall thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on Darwin missing a few chances. Obviously, Kevin De Bruyne looking pretty good as well. He hasn't got a Belgium shirt on though, is he? So just put that anywhere near him, and he's absolute crap. But not tonight. He was really good, wasn't he? He was really, really good. But again, look, at the end of the day, I think City will go and win the league. Sadly, I I think if Arsenal don't sign a striker or a reinforcement, obviously with Gabriel Jesus being out for I believe 3 months, I think he's out for, or near enough that. I do think that City will win the league. Unfortunately. Anyway, but that's Darwin though. He's better when he has no time to think as well. Yeah, that is true. That is very, very true. And again, though, it's that thing of, and I've seen City fans already, and do you know what? I've seen City fans acting like they've won the Champions League tonight, and that lads, it's the quarterfinal of the Carabao Cup. Look, you beat Liverpool, fair enough, but I've seen City fans reacting like they've just won the Champions League final. Like Jesus Christ, like the away Kop, um, seen tonight. That's the away Kop. Was singing all night. Where the fuck's your European Cup? And oh my God, they're not going to do it again this season. I don't think. That's going to get clipped up anyway if they do now. But no, I don't think they will win the Champions League yet again. Italia, albeit Klopp didn't take this seriously tonight, one still backs Darwin to score 35 league goals. That's the thing, in it though, Gary. It's the fact, and good to see you in here as well, my friends. It's the fact of he will bang, he will bang a hat trick in one day, and it'll be a complete, a random hat trick as well. I love Darwin Núñez, and again, I've seen City fans having a go at him tonight, and that, and look, he got an assist. Don't get me wrong. Of course, he could have got a goal, but honestly, genuinely, the thing is, he creates that bloody hurts. Oh, he creates chances, and it's not just for himself; it's for the team as well. Mo Salah, I think, had 2 or 3 opportunities, and again, Mo was pretty quiet tonight, apart from 1 or 2 opportunities. It wasn't just straight up, cut up for him. He had to work for the chances a little bit, but again, it was a bit quiet. And that was just Liverpool going forward in some sense. Look, it was a back and forth type game. It was a ping pong game, you could say, in many regards. But again, that's the thing between Liverpool and City. For the first game back as well, after the World Cup, where, look, realistically, you'd have a pretty easy tie. Normally, at the start of the season, you have, a lower league team, or, you might get a mid-table team or so on. But it's that sense of, for the first game back, and not the proper teams as well, the intensity was massive, from both teams. And again, it showed that, the Pep and Klopp just give it all, bugger it, just go for it. And look, yeah, City got, the win and so on. But again, it's the sense of they've acted again tonight like if they've won the Champions League final. I don't get it, if I'm being awfully honest though. KDB, Rodri, and Gundogan versus our midfield as well. Yeah, well, what is it? Thiago, Percentage, and Harvey Elliott isn't a bit of a mismatch, isn't it? Realistically, you're taking City's midfield, I think, every day. In that regard, I'd probably put Thiago in midfield for City anyway. But has the drawn be done? I don't know, Bry. I haven't looked. I think it's about to get done anyway, if it hasn't already got done tonight anyway. Good for you, Gary, at 35 goals minimum. Absolutely, Banov. Bloody do it, innit? Klopp, Egyptian King is in as well. Hello, good to see you in here as well. Says Klopp don't care mentally in the after game interview. Just showed me everything, man. Can't be picky at the end of the day. A trophy is a trophy as well. And again, that's the sense, isn't it? And I think the not the whole fan base will be divided, but there is a certain section that just won't care about tonight. It's just like, we do. It's the League Cup, yeah, blah, blah blah blah. The fact last season, that game against Chelsea was a wonderful experience last season. The both cup experiences were, amazing. In terms of, going to Wembley. Obviously, I didn't go to Wembley, but in terms of, going, out for the finals and so on, and just being, that sense that you're going to win a trophy, and so on. And that's the thing where, don't get me wrong, the most important thing now is, of course, getting top four. That is the major thing, and potentially even winning the Champions League. But again, it's the sense of, it's not Liverpool's first team tonight. It's a bit of a mixture of youth and experience. And again, that's the thing. Most likely against Villa on Monday, we're going to have Virgil back at centre half. Probably Ibu Konate as well will start against Villa, I would expect. Anyway, Trent will be back. The proper midfield will start, or whatever Klopp thinks will be best. For me, the biggest worry is coming out of the game is up front. Especially with Roberto Firmino, being injured before the game, and it is a calf problem. Again, you have to be careful with these things. I think he won't play against Southampton. Not Southampton, sorry, against Villa on Boxing Day. But again, I could be wrong. But there's been no, Klopp spoke a bit about it before the game. There's been no, a media update, but it is a calf problem for Roberto Firmino, which again I think will rule him out anyway for the game against Villa on Boxing Day. But I don't want Darwin, I don't want Nunes on the left as well. No, I don't neither, Gary. But at the minute, we might have to as well. City fans succumb, though we don't listen to a word they say for it as well. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, though, isn't it? Panov, it's the fact that, again, they've just acted idiotically again tonight, haven't they? Play him and Salah closer together in a two as well. Maybe a 4-4-2 we might see over the next couple of weeks. Draw getting done now as well. Man United Charlton. Oh, there we go. United have got an easy game then. We have no runners from midfield, so many as well. Many as well may as well try a number 10 behind a front two who can split, in my opinion, as well. I think that's what Liverpool were trying to do when they were with Bobby Bright. But again, I think Liverpool just need major surgery again. like I said, I think I'm. Look, I don't think Fabinho had he had a solid game. Like it was a decent performance from Fabinho. It wasn't, electric in that sense, but again, you could see sometimes in that game where Fabinho back 2 years ago would have got the ball, compared to now, where I think City had two chances where Fabinho missed out a little bit and was out of position, and that's the little bit of a worry for me at the minute. Again, the problem is the people that Liverpool want in, in midfield. We're not getting until the summer, and I can say that to you guys right now. Unless it is a Sofian Amrabat or someone else that Liverpool have looked at and it hasn't been reported yet, I don't think Liverpool. I think will wait until the summer. I think investment will be made in January. Will that be, you know, major money? And what I mean by major money, will it be over the £100 million mark that Liverpool, get through in January? No, absolutely not. That will be, the summer, um, and so forth. So again, I don't think there will be one signing. I think in January, and that'll be it. Again, I don't know anything majorly. Anyway, but Southampton City, so we would have got Southampton away tonight if we'd gone through as well. Nice for Panev as well. Thank you, Panev, as well, for updating the chat as well. Forest Wolves, that should be a good game. As well, all Premier League fixture as well. One can see Elliott, Nunes, and Salah as the front three on Monday corner. For me, I would swap Elliott out for Carvalho. I thought Carvalho was brilliant tonight for the first 45 minutes. Every single time, the ball was near Carvalho, he created chances, and that was the thing. He created things for the likes of Harvey Elliott, for the likes of Darwin Nunes, Mo Salah. He was getting in those little pockets of space between the midfield and the defensive cities. But again, he went off at half time. I thought it was an injury. Supposedly it was just tactical from Jurgen Klopp. He wanted more probably of a runner in Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. But again, I don't know why we took him off, if I'm being perfectly honest, though. And if it was me, I would have kept him on the pitch. I thought he was Liverpool's best player. But again, that was me. For that first 45 minutes at least anyway. But I will say, though, Liverpool's best player on the pitch, Nat Phillips, because he did keep Erling Haaland in his pocket for a little bit as well, and did make that really, really good tackle on him as well, which I thought was absolutely brilliant as well. But Newcastle Leicester, they're playing, of course, on Boxing Day. So, again, very, very good game for there as well. But yeah, major surgery as well, says Bry. Gary says attacker in January, one thinks as well. I don't think so, Gary. I think the thing is, if Liverpool were gonna go after anyone, and let me know as well. I could be completely wrong. I can't see, unless Liverpool are spending, heavy money, in that regards. I don't think, Liverpool are going to be going for an attacker, unfortunately. But Gary, let me know who you think could be around. Anyway, but this season is a write-off, not in a big negative way. It happens like that sometimes. We timed our rebuild wrong and missed targets, but we just need to wipe it and start again. Just get top four as well. But yeah, no, that's the thing, isn't it? For me, the major thing, just get Champions League. That is the number one thing for Liverpool going ahead from now until the end of the season. And again, we'll be speaking a lot more in the next couple of days, of course. We'll be doing a Champions League, sorry. We'll be doing stuff throughout the season on targets, and again, what is it, the 22nd of December? We're probably going to be live. What's the date? Tomorrow's Friday. We're most likely going to have a match preview show probably tomorrow, or maybe on Saturday, maybe chat. But again, we're most likely going to go live as well on Christmas Day, because again, I know a couple of people, obviously, people have family and so on, but some people don't on Christmas. I think the last 3 Christmases we have been, or the last 2 Christmases at least, I can remember anyway, we've been live on Christmas. So again, we will definitely be live on Christmas Day. I always try and do that anyway. whether that be preview show or just general Liverpool news or something like that. We always tend to, because again, not everyone has a Christmas, then you could say, um, anyway, or something like that, anyway. But again, content will be coming up every single day, hopefully, anyway, over tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, of course, when we play Villa in the first league game of the season. First league game of the season. First league game back after the World Cup. There we go, chap. You can tell it's bloody late. You can tell it's past my bedtime. Ant wanted Newcastle as well. I probably did as well, didn't he? New players will join because we have Champions League next season, not because we won a Carling Cup as well. Though exactly, 100%. And as well, again, it is disappointing, the fact that Liverpool didn't, Liverpool didn't get the job done. But again, it's not the end of it realistically. And again, that's the thing. Liverpool want Champions League football. If we can go on a mad run like we did at the back end of last season when we got 50 out of 54 points available, if that could happen again, that would be absolutely fantastic. But again, as long at the end of the season, as long as Liverpool either A, win the Champions League, or B, finish in fourth, third, whatever it is, I'll be happy in that regards. But of course, we have to act upon it now. We have to get a winning streak going as well. Anyway, but Connor, Madison, and Madison or Gakpo or Felix, yes, it's big money, but Liverpool have to anyway. I think, for me, out of them three, Gakpo would be the guy for me. Felix would be a little bit up there, but in terms of money, like I think Atletico won around, I think it's 130, 120 million pounds, which that's ridiculous. Madison, I don't think works in Liverpool system. I think he's a great number 10, and can play on the right as well. But in terms of Liverpool, and the way we play, the way we want to play anyway, I don't think Madison would be good for Liverpool. I think he'd be wasted. If I'm being perfectly honest, at Liverpool, not his fault, but I do think that Madison would be a little bit, a little bit wasted at Liverpool. Anyway, so for me, I'd go as Brian says, with Gakpo as well. Doug is in as well. Hello, Doug. Hopefully, having a fantastic day, my friend. As well, I don't rate Madison that high as well. No, many people don't, but I think he's a good number 10. I just don't think he'd be good in a Liverpool system. That's my personal preference, then we could say on it. Anyway, I want to quickly mention the stats as well for the game anyway as well, guys. You're looking at expected goals. Liverpool's 0.69 on XG compared to City's 2.3 as well. So again, they deserve their 2 goals. We didn't. Of course, 18 shots to 7 in total, 3 big chances. Like we mentioned, Darwin Núñez, probably all 3 of them was probably Darwin Núñez's, but of course the City as well were 5 big chances as well. And if we take a quick look as well at the stats, City pretty much do dominate the stats, in regards to the game as well. But I think as well, look, guys, at the end of the day, Liverpool hung in there, and look, we didn't play our best footy tonight, and that and I think that was for show. And we could see that, but again, Liverpool stayed in there. And like I said, that I've seen people already going on about Darwin Núñez, like, oh, Darwin Núñez missed it, blah 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 blah. The thing is, A, he's made an assist tonight, and B, he's created a lot of chances. And again, he could miss the 3 that he did. Against Villa, he could bury 3. That's how good he is. And again, it's not right here and right now. It's not the best and not the best feeling. But for me, I think Darwin Núñez will be absolutely brilliant in the weeks and months to come. Anyway, to be fair, let me quickly get up as well, chat as well, what I did see by David Lynch as well. Nothing in terms of course, Saudi Qatari bid or anything like that. But I did want to bring this up because for me, this does perfectly bring up Liverpool. Anyway, he did say difficult to measure where Liverpool are after the break, given the chances and the fact that City also struggled for control when it's really an issue for them. True test comes against Aston Villa when Klopp will be desperate to see improvement on the first part of the season as well. Which I think that is the perfect analogy for Liverpool. Again, like you said, difficult to measure where Liverpool are, after this break and after this game as well, in particular, because I do think it is still, a guessing game, realistically, of where Liverpool are in terms of the squads, and in terms of where we are actually, defensively and midfield wise and so on, as well. But again, hopefully the whole squad will be fit and available. Of course, without the minor people in terms of Roberto Firmino and James Milner and so on, as well. But again, that's the thing now. Obviously, I expect Ibu Konate and Virgil van Dijk partnership to be back against Villa. If it's not, I'd be absolutely shocked if that wasn't the partnership for Villa on Boxing Day anyway. But yeah, that's the thing for me, guys. I do think that again, Virgil will be back, and then, like we said yesterday on the preview show, and like Jack mentioned as well, the fact that Liverpool, and Virgil van Dijk, he has nothing to worry about now. He's played the World Cup, just totally focused on Liverpool, and being back to the best that we know this Liverpool side can be. And that's the thing. I want Liverpool to be feared again in the league. I don't want people going, oh, Liverpool, we might get something from this. No, I want Liverpool to be on people's phones and like, oh yeah, we've got Liverpool next. Crap, I don't want to play them. That's what I want from this Liverpool side over the next couple of weeks and months as well. Anyway, but Brian says Darwin just needs to chill and get confident in his role, and he'll be flying. Yeah, exactly. And again, it's the first game back as well. Look, things happen, and again, he got an assist tonight as well. He made a goal contribution, and again, he could have got 3 goals. That's the thing. He could have definitely got 3 goals. But hopefully they'll get it against Villa anyway. But 4 days rest back to batter the Villas as well. Yeah, absolutely. Well, villains as well. Yeah, absolutely. Getting VVD and Canati playing week in, week out is massive as well, says Bright. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, but guys, I am going to leave it there for tonight anyway. If you have enjoyed tonight's show, then please feel free to leave a like on the video. It's very much appreciated. As always, again, it's disappointment the fact that Liverpool are out of the community. I keep saying community shield. I keep saying different competitions, but what it is, we're out of the Carabao Cup anyway. But look, we have more important things to look at as well. It is a shame that, of course, when we're out of a competition, but again, we have the top 4 to focus on, going ahead anyway, and more importantly, Villa in 4 days' time as well. Anyway, but guys, let me know your thoughts if you're watching on the repeat as well. Let me know, just general thoughts and opinions as well. But yeah, if there is anyone new around here as well, then please hit the like button, please hit that subscribe button as well. Please hit the share button as well, everyone in the chat as well, if you could, be very much appreciated as always. And again, if there's anyone new, then please hit that subscribe button, because again, we're trying to get to a K before the season ends, and if we can do that, be very much appreciated as always. But yeah, my voice went then. But yeah, we could get that, be absolutely brilliant anyway. But hopefully, I will see you all tomorrow for another news episode. Of course, we might be, if anything does break, about anything in terms of transfers, the club getting bought, anything, I will try and be live straight away with the news anyway. But guys, hopefully have a fantastic rest of your Thursday evening anyway. I've been Connor from the Club Council. I'll see you all then. Ciao.